How to create an international wire. In the instance that I want to create an international wire, again, I'm looking at Cash Manager and then the Wires sub-tab. So at this point, I would navigate down to the Submitted Wire Transfers area, and I would be able to select the plus sign for Submit New International Wire. This would open my wire creation screen, and again, very similar to a domestic wire, all of the required fields are marked with an asterisk. Those fields are required to be filled in accordingly and as appropriate to wiring instructions that we may have, but the user can move through the screen and complete each field as required. You do have several beneficiary financial institution options, intermediary bank, foreign intermediary bank. If any of these are necessary, you can utilize those fields to include that in the raw file information. The scheduling date, if we wanted to schedule that now or in the future, you could select either one there. Moving on down the screen, as you key information and set this up, you would have the ability to save this as a template. If we did have a template saved out here in this wire, as an international wire, we would be able to expand our drop down for choose a template, and this would allow us to select that template. All of the information that we've keyed in would pre-populate for us, and at that point, we would be able to edit our dollar amount, any information on the screen that we wanted to, and we would be able to move forward with submitting a transfer. So I'll go ahead and actually just set up a basic example for us. We'll go ahead and give this a template name of template. Okay, it tells me that my template has been saved. So at this point, if I were to come back to the international wire screen with a blank screen, I would be able to just choose my international wire template that I've already created. And at this point, I can edit any of the information that has already been keyed. What I have keyed is the very basic information. Again, what's noted with an asterisk, that is the minimum necessity to be able to move the international wire through the system. You can include as much or more of the information as you would like. At this point, if I were ready to go ahead and schedule this out, I could schedule it for now or future dated. And we'll go ahead and click Submit Transfer. And at this point, you'll notice that I did leave that Approve on Save check mark just to illustrate that whenever we click the Submit button, it does come back and show us the status of approved on the following screen of whenever that is scheduled. For the domestic wire that we have out here that is listed, it has a schedule date that is blank. That's an immediate wire that has already been scheduled for today or as soon as possible. But you'll notice that the status for that wire is unapproved, so we would have to go through the process of approving that one.